Good evening, everyone. This is Neil with the Dastardly Gentleman, welcoming you to the Dastardly Gentleman podcast. With me, I have Jeremiah. Say hi, Jeremiah.
Hello.
Frank's been lost at sea.
Again.
Yeah. And tonight we're going to talk about The Walking Dead. This may be, one of many, because it's going on right now, so we shall see.
We shall.
Jer, how do you like The Walking Dead?
I think it's okay. I was pretty gung-ho right out the gate. Season 1, great, loved it. Was super hooked into that. I thought season 2 was kind of boring. Season 3 was good again. I completely skipped most of season 4 and most of season 5 because I got kind of bored. But the finale, that finale though, that was intense.
Which one?
With Glenn, the recent one.
Oh, that was not a
Well, I guess
finale.
I guess that's the start.
Yeah, that's the season premiere, man.
Well, the finale that ended was a super, super good cliffhanger. I think they did that very well. And then
Oh,
the start, I mean,
really?
I guess that you could say my mind was blown.
You thought that was a good cliffhanger?
The one where it ends with him swinging Lucille.
Yep, at the camera.
I thought that was good.
Wow.
I thought it was good. What
mean,
was it good about that, Neil?
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic because actually 95% of all people hate that cliffhanger.
I actually liked it. I thought it was good.
I think it was a very cheap tactic to get people watching. I think that the way they did it was a giant middle finger to all the viewers, just looking for more money. Basically, it ruined the season premiere, I think, because 20 minutes into the first episode, you see who dies, and you've got 20 minutes to remember what the hell just happened in the last season and who these characters really are. So it opens up with, two major deaths, and you're just like, oh yeah, I remember those guys. Oh yeah, that sucked. Oh man. But you're not like with them the whole time because you're just, it's like meeting a friend that you haven't seen in a very long time, and then they get hit by a car.
Or a bat.
And it's like, oh man, that really sucks. But if they were like your lifelong friend and they like were your roommate for the longest time and then they died, you'd be fucking devastated.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that, but it's still like at least one of them is a character that's been there since like the beginning, so you still have that emotional attachment. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was good. I thought that it was one of those things that it ends in such a way that it gets people riled and talking about it. I feel like that was kind of their whole purpose or the reason they did that. I feel like that's why they did it, was to get people talking about it and basically waiting, on pins and needles for the next episode to come out. I thought it
Yeah.
was good.
I mean, honestly, for me, I think that if Negan wasn't such an amazing character, I probably would have given up on it altogether.
But it was perfect. Like the way that he delivered everything and just like, oh, it was good. It was really, really good.
I mean, I agree. He's Jeffrey Dean Morgan is amazing. This is the second time I've seen him in a TV series. The first time I saw him was in Supernatural. And if you haven't seen Supernatural, at least the first 5 seasons, you're missing out. It's really good. And he plays an amazing part in that as well.
I have a confession. I've never seen an episode of that show.
You're kind of missing out, to be honest, because, I mean, it comes off, especially since it was on, the WB or something like that.
I'm pretty sure that's
But it's got a lot of dark tones to it, and it's not as teen heartthrobby as people make it out to be. So I mean, I enjoyed the main characters as well, like just their attitudes in general. I'm not like, oh my god, get this boy band off this fucking screen. It's more like, dude, these guys are hardcore.
Yeah.
So
My brother-in-law and his wife, they're super into that, like super super into Supernatural.
yeah, dude. I mean, post season 5 though, I mean, it goes way off the rails, and I think they're on season 13 now. Like, it's ridiculous. But
Yeah, that's too much time for me to invest. I mean,
no, just finish season 5 and then be done. It's kind of like Heroes. Watch the
but
first season and then
and
nothing
that's done.
else. Yeah, it's a great one season show.
There wasn't a second season, Neil.
Hmm.
There were only two
Or a
seasons of
third or a
that.
fourth.
No, nope, just one season. Just one. That was all it was just one.
Yeah. So, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to The Walking Dead, started off great. It got really good during the. I mean, okay. Started off great. It got really shitty with the whole Sophia bullshit at the
Yeah,
farm.
yeah. That like the Sophia thing, like that whole debacle, really just kind of. That's actually, I think, when I stopped watching it was like right after that. I was like, spent a whole season looking for one character just to blast him off, at the end of it. I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. It was a mid season finale where they finally found Sophia, and it took 6 episodes of them looking for her, and then it was like you're jerking off and then you squeeze right before you're about to finish. That's what it was to me.
They take their pinky and just plop it right in your urethra.
Basically, yeah. So, but then the whole thing with the prison and then Woodbury, I think it was called, with the governor and stuff, that got really cool.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I mean, I actually liked the governor character and all that stuff, and I thought that that was good. A lot of people were pretty pissed at like Herschel dying and all that stuff, but I thought it was good. I thought it was pretty intense, and I don't know. I liked it. I thought the governor was kind of a boring character, but at the same time, he was so like like he went complete opposites. Like he just seemed super boring at most parts, and then he was just so fucking intense in other parts where you're just like, all right, I can see this. I can see this.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just lazy writing there, to be honest. I mean, the guy that did the acting did it very well, but
Yeah,
I mean, for the most part, he's pretending like he's, doing a good thing for a good cause, and then on the other side of the coin, he's a psycho.
yeah,
And the whole thing with his daughter, that, that you can kind of understand, and he freaked out and wanted to kill Michonne and all that stuff. But then he's wandering around with this new family he basically made, and then he just starts slaughtering people. Like,
for like no fucking reason, pretty much.
yeah, like when he ran or he after the whole thing at the prison, or before the I can't remember what happened, but when he was coming back from the prison to Woodbury with 50 or 60 people, and they're like, "What the hell, man? Why'd you do all that?" And he just unloads on them and takes
Yeah,
out about 20 of them for no fucking reason, just because they questioned him. So, I mean,
gotta establish that dominance, dude.
that's
Pound
so
that chest.
that's so dumb. He's sitting there establishing the character. Oh, I'm benevolent. I'm a caretaker, and then just kidding, eat bullets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
JK, I'm actually fucking insane. Like,
just kidding. I actually hate everyone.
yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it bounces around a lot. Now, it has been a long time since I've read the comic, but I know that there's a lot of stuff that they kind of deviate from it that, like, that bothers me. Like, there's some pretty cool stuff in the comics. one thing so far that's bothered me the most about the entire series has been that they haven't really done much, or they never did much on Michonne's backstory.
Hmm.
And like that, the whole scenes with like her trying to run back home to like her boyfriend and her roommate, and like shit's going fucking crazy, and just all of that was just like it was super good. And then her like the whole like having to basically dismember like her boyfriend and her roommate and all that stuff, like it was really good. And then they just kind of didn't really touch much on it. I mean, they showed like little clips of like stuff,
Yeah.
but nothing that's really like, I don't know, nothing that's really in depth, I guess.
No, I think Michonne's gotten pretty boring as a character. She was pretty interesting at first, and then she hooked up with Rick, and now she's just another liability with a katana, you know?
I feel like that about most of the characters though. Like that's why I like the new episode that we have, because I feel like Daryl, like I know that everybody loves Daryl, and there's all those people that are like, oh, Daryl dies, we riot. Like
Yeah.
he's a boring fucking character. He's just like he was like some badass like hate everybody redneck guy that that you hate, but at the same time he's so badass that you have to actually like him. And
Yeah.
then he's just like now he got super boring, and I feel like with him basically being the cause of all this turmoil now, and like where the season's going, I feel like that might actually build him as a character. I
I
hope.
I agree with you. I mean, I don't know. He's been really stupid in the last season. He's made a lot of bad choices based on pure emotion, and that's not really like him.
Yeah.
I think that was weak for the direction they put him in, especially him punching Negan in the face. I
Yeah.
mean, come on, he knew what was going to happen. Why would you do that? You think he could take them all on? I mean, I get it.
I don't know, man. Heat of the moment. You never know.
I
I
get it.
mean,
You're pissed, but come on, you're not that stupid.
yeah. I don't know. Like I feel like I mean, okay, you're gonna you and everyone's gonna hate me for this, but actually, I'm glad Glenn's dead.
Okay.
I thought he was probably one of the most boring and bland characters on that fucking show now. Like he's got no depth. He's got nothing to him. He's just some crafty Asian dude that runs around and does stuff.
I think he became more along the lines of, um, he's basically Rick, but he tries his very best not to kill.
Yeah, I mean,
He's like Batman. Like,
yeah, but boring.
yeah, I mean, I get it. He's lawful good, you know.
He is like, yeah, he's like super lawful good, and I mean that can only really get you so far, like story wise. But and I don't know, like I just thought like he just kind of is always Maggie, oh Maggie, oh Maggie. Like that's pretty much all his character became was
Yeah, I
I'm a
agree.
babysitter, and now I'm dead.
Basically. Yeah, that whole bullshit where he didn't die and he fucking rolled under a dumpster. That
Yeah,
was,
like give me a fucking break, really?
yeah, that was stupid. That cliffhanger and then the 2 episodes of silence was bullshit. That was really that was the first step of a middle finger to the audience, and then the season finale was the double middle finger.
I actually have seen a whole bunch of stuff where people are like, "Glenn's not dead. He was hiding under the bat the entire time." I'm
Yeah,
like,
he was hiding under Abraham's mutilated body.
"Yep, wasn't him. That was some other guy."
Oh man, I mean that wasn't his eyeball that popped out of his head.
Which a lot of people are so upset about that, but I really enjoyed that scene. That was just like, yeah, it was gross. I thought I was like watching it the first time, like I cringed. Like I was like, oh man, like they did that good. They did that really fucking good.
They stayed true to the comics on that one.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
was like panel by panel. Like you could watch or you could read the comic like almost side by side to that, and the whole eye pop thing, and like him saying Maggie's name,
yeah,
and like that scene was like intense. Like I felt like just very like oh shit, like it was great.
Yeah, and I mean that whole entire scene was to convey the helplessness that the group had. I mean, even Negan said it. I mean, you said it to Rick. He's like, "Hey, you've been king of shit all this time for so long, and now I
I
come
don't know what
along."
other type of pussies you've been working with, but
Yeah, man, that was so good. Um, so it conveyed that helplessness, and that this is it. This is the most intimidating thing they've ever faced, and they basically just have to be Negan's bitch.
they basically bent over, dropped trow, and just let him just jam it on in there.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I keep on thinking about the quote that Negan said to Rick. He basically said, "Look, the rule here is pretty simple. Give me your shit, or I will kill you."
Yeah, I mean it's pretty fucking simple.
Yeah, I
It's not
mean,
fucking rocket science, dude.
there's his motive. There's his there's his consequence to you fucking up. So, I mean, it's not like he was being secretive about it. He came out and said, "This is how it is, and if you don't like it, you die." And then he
Yeah,
showed people dying. It wasn't a fucking idle threat.
yeah.
And that was the best part, was because when he got punched in the face, he made it very clear. He's like, "Look,
That shit don't fly, dude.
that shit doesn't fly. I told you, and I'm not gonna let you think I'm not gonna follow through with my shit."
Yeah, that was like when I first saw that, and I saw that Glenn didn't die in the first thing. I was like, oh wow. I was like, they really are going far off from these comics. And then that happened, and I was like, oh, here it comes, here it
Yeah.
comes. He's gonna die. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, after Daryl punched him, I knew it too. I knew Glenn was going because he was standing right in front of him the whole time.
Yep. There is like okay, so in the comics, like spoiler alerts, Rick loses his hand,
Yep.
his left hand or whatever. But the governor is who cuts his hand off in the comic.
Right.
That whole scene with fucking Carl, I was like, it's gonna happen now. I'm so in now that they're getting like that they're actually doing it. I was like, I'm set for this. And like that scene was fucking intense.
Oh
Like
yeah, and it was hilarious too the way fucking Negan was toying with him, man. He was just like, I need you to cut it at a 45-degree angle, like a salami."
like a slice of salami. I don't want to sound crude or anything, but like a little slice of salami.
That whole scene was actually semi-biblical.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting because the whole Abraham thing, but it was literally the story of Abraham. God sent Abraham to kill his son, and just as a test, it's just like, "Hey, kill your son." So he takes him up to an altar. He's got a fucking dagger, and he's about to go stab his son through the chest. And right before he goes to stab him, God says, "JK, lol."
Please pause.
It's like, I was joking, psycho.
Yeah, don't fucking do that. Like
So, yeah, Negan basically did the same thing. He was literally playing God, and that's it. That he's God to them. He's very vengeful, very ruthless, and he's Old Testament God to them, basically.
yeah, and then like so I can never think of the actor's name who plays Rick. That he acted that so well. He looked like he was just fucking ready to just shit himself.
Yeah, no,
Like
he played it perfect, especially the look. I mean, the look that he was like, he was given that very spiteful look at first to Negan, and Negan was spotting that.
oh dude, and by the end he's just like
He's cowering.
oh dude, he just looks like a pussy.
Yeah,
And
and
I love that Negan even calls that out. He's like,
he's
I
like,
like that guy. He's not a pussy like you.
it's like, that's the look I was looking for. That's now you don't
That
have
right there.
now you don't have to cut off your son's arm.
Bye. See you in a week.
uh, that was so good.
It was really good. I mean, I had lost kind of interest. Like I really, like I said, I didn't watch really much of the previous season and stuff like that. Like I caught little bits of clips here and there, and The whole cannibal thing was really funny, like with the whole eating the dude that was bit.
Yeah.
Like, um, but yeah, I'm just like, I don't know.
Well, the way that it ended, though, I mean, in the church, the
Yeah,
cannibal thing, that was brutal. That
yeah,
was
that
fucking
was.
cool.
Um, if I remember right, in the comics, they they do the same thing in the comic, but it's the old guy that had the RV. Like,
Dale.
yeah, Dale. It was Dale in the comics that was the one that got eaten.
Not Bob.
Yeah, it wasn't Bob, it was Dale. Dale gets bit and then he wanders off. He gets knocked unconscious and wakes up on a table and there's these guys basically like carving into him and he just starts hysterically laughing. And they're like, "What the fuck is so funny? We're eating you basically." And he's like, "I've been bit." And then they kill him.
Yeah, man. Now it makes more sense for Bob to be eaten for that barbecue, baby.
Oh man.
But no, the way
Yeah.
that ended, I mean, with them being lured into the church and then brutally fucking assassinated.
Yeah.
And right in front of that preacher. That's why that preacher thought they were evil people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that to me, that showed me that Rick stopped fucking around.
Like,
But, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, that's one thing that I do like that Rick has been very consistent is like when he starts, he's so tame, he's so mellow, he's like, I don't want to kill, I don't want to kill. And now he's just like the scene where he goes to rescue Carol and Maggie,
Mm,
and they open that door, and he just walks in and he just puts that gun to that guy's head and just fucking blasts him. Like you're just like, and he
yeah.
just walks in like nothing happened. Like you're just like, yeah, Rick has fucking lost his shit.
He don't even care no more. And that's funny because, like, right before that, when they stormed that radio station, the little outpost that Negan had, he's fucking, like, sneaking in there like a ninja. And
Yeah,
killing people in their sleep, stabbing them through the skull and shit. Like, that is... And that's funny because, like, one of the dudes from the hilltop, they're like, I don't know who's scarier, you or Negan. Like, but,
that and like you can and like I feel that like the pivotal moment that changed for Rick was that like super uncomfortable rape scene with Carl, where
oh,
they got
yeah.
Carl pinned down, and you're like, yep, I'm about to see this little kid get raped.
Oh, yeah. And the
And
way
he
he...
fucking bites into that guy. That's from the comic too. And that shit was so crazy to me. And
he
like that's the moment where you just see Rick just something breaks in Rick and he's just like, I'm done. I'm not fucking around anymore. Like I tried to be nice. You done fucked up.
and he bites the guy's throat off.
Yep.
That is nuts.
Yeah. It was good.
Uh, but that at the end of the cannibal arc, actually no, not at the end, at the beginning, like the cliffhanger into that arc, they get all captured when they hit
Yeah.
Terminus, and they get put into a shipping crate,
Yeah.
and this really pissed me off. The last line of the season was, "Oh man, these guys are gonna be pissed," and Abraham's like, "What?" They don't know who they're fucking with or something like that. Like, really? Really? What are you, Bruce Willis now? What are you, John Wayne? Like, shut up.
It's time to die hard with a vengeance.
Yeah, that was the corniest line ever. I'm like, oh my god, I almost don't want to watch the rest of this. Like,
I actually think I am almost 100% positive that that is the last episode that I watched up until the new stuff.
yeah.
I was just like, yeah, okay. I have lost all interest. My boner is unfluffed. I'm done.
Well, let's talk a little bit about. I want to talk about things that are horribly wrong with The Walking Dead. How about the fact that everybody is 10 times a fucking sharpshooter sniper with
No,
fully automatic weapons?
well, and then also some of the stuff that I hate is like these guns have like 1,000 rounds, unless they're like in a closed quarters and they're gonna die. It's like, oh no, this gun only has 9 bullets like it normally does, but 10 minutes ago I was able to shoot like 15 zombies. and didn't even bat an eye.
Dude, Carl holds that M16. Is it M16? No, it's an AR-15.
It's an AR-15, yeah.
And he just fucking fully auto headshots all around. And Negan was doing that shit too. Like, and without, like, at the first episode,
without hitting Rick.
Without hitting Rick, he just lays waste all the zombies in the area with a single strafe.
But with Rick in the center of all of it, like,
God damn it.
dude, I don't think you understand. This is set in a time where guns are just real good at that.
Yeah, they always find their mark, you know.
It's that's why they're not called zombies. They call them walkers. You know,
They're bullet magnets.
there's fucking magic in this world. Like, they don't gotta explain shit. It's fucking magic, dude.
Now, here's one thing. So, you know how, like, in the first, maybe second episode, how Rick shoots his gun in that tank,
Tank.
and it almost deafens him, like.
Yeah.
um.
And then that just never happens again.
Yeah. Never.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand an enclosed area, but it doesn't matter where you are. That shit's loud.
Well, it's like, and then when they're in the prison and they're like killing zombies in like the cells and shit, and like going through that, like that would be so fucking loud.
Yeah.
You've got, you know, like 10, 15 people like shooting off all these fucking like semi-automatics. And everyone's talking back and forth to each other, like, oh yeah, no, it's fine. So your ears would be fucking ringing for weeks.
Pretty much. Oh, how about the fact that Carol was able to save the people at Terminus, was it?
Yeah.
With a bottle rocket. Do you remember that? She shot a bottle rocket from the barrel of her gun at a propane tank. Like a large, you know,
like, yeah, the industrial ones are...
and blew up the place.
Again, Neil. Magic. Don't gotta explain shit, dude.
And also, okay, how about the fact that, now this is going to be a comparison to Fear the Walking Dead, but
I haven't watched any of that, so...
I'll give you a heads up on it. But basically, you know how they've only done this maybe twice, maybe 3 times in The Walking Dead, where they cover themselves in zombie guts.
And just walk through it.
Yeah, and that was always like in a pinch, you know?
Yeah.
They do that like every fucking episode in Fear the Walking Dead. Like every single one of them. I mean, that's how they get around. Because it's smart.
Well, I mean, yeah, but... Well, okay, so... Since I kind of skipped some stuff in the actual Walking Dead,
Okay.
have they come across people that are actually wearing, like, zombie skin and stuff yet?
No.
Okay. That's, like, a thing in the comics, like... There's, like, this, like, cult of people that basically, like, skin people, like, zombies and stuff, and wear their skin and, like, faces and stuff. And they blend in with walker crowds, and what they do is they go with these because, like, people kind of don't really, you know, like, pay much attention to them or whatever, and, like,
Right.
they will walk up to people and basically, like, pull out knives and, like, stab people to death and, like, steal their shit and stuff. Like, that's how
Wow.
they do their stuff, and, like, so it's, like, I want to see that eventually,
Yeah,
but,
that sounds
yeah, I don't know. I mean, in most zombie movies, I feel like it's not necessarily like being covered in like guts like that would really do much. I guess.
It depends. I mean, it depends on the rules.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know,
Didn't they do that in Shaun of the
figure
Dead?
that they would pick something up, or you know, like bumping into you. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you still gotta be careful. I mean, even, like I said, I think they did that in Shaun of the Dead. Or
Yeah.
no, they just pretended to act
They
like them.
pretended to be dead in Shaun of the Dead.
There was... that was stupid. There was another one that was just like, and like you had to be very careful and bumping them. They might swing at you or whatever. But it really depends on, you know, the zombie rules.
Yeah,
Like in most zombie movies and most zombie shows or whatever, you don't not everybody's immediately infected, you know? I mean, you
Yeah.
have to be bitten to be turned. So that's what makes this one slightly different. I don't know. I guess they wanted it to be a conflict that was it was super difficult. I mean, like if you didn't die or if you died and didn't turn, eventually zombies would die off. I mean, eventually
Yeah.
humans would win.
Well, technically, I mean, if you think about it, you'd have, the zombies basically wouldn't really be able to do much because, um, oh, why can't I think of the term now? Now my brain's not working. When you die and you basically go rigid, like all your muscles,
Rigor mortis.
yeah, rigor mortis would set in, and like it's kind of hard to have a zombie apocalypse when everyone is basically aboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, things could work differently. The one thing that does bother me, and that they finally kind of touched on, is like these corpses aren't like bloating. They're not like you like. I don't know. I think that shit would smell all the time, and you never see any of the characters react or anything like that. But when Rick goes to like push that zombie away,
Mm-hmm.
and like his hand just goes into his skin and gets everywhere, I mean, like I feel like that's how a lot of it would be because they're in the South, like it's humid. Like I'd feel that like their skin and shit would be like falling off and peeling off because it'd be like being in water all the time.
Right. Right. It depends on their environment for sure.
Yeah, and I mean
You
that
look
was
at
one other thing that I don't like that they did as well. That that still bothers me is they kind of skipped that whole winter thing, like before they got to the prison, like when they kind of got split up.
mm-hmm.
And they basically like said, "Oh yeah, well all this happened in the winter." They skipped all that because like in the comics, zombies are like frozen, like their bodies like freeze. So like they're walking by like all these corpses that can't move
Really.
and stuff. Like, but they fucking skipped all of it. I was so excited going into that because I'm like they were talking about winter coming up and all that, and I was like, "Oh, we might actually get to see some cool shit."
Right.
And they just skipped it.
JK.
JK, I've got a cold and I'm dying. Please help me. Oh, good. The group's all together again. Sweet.
Hooray.
So stupid.
Oh man. So, coming up, like going forward and into the season, what do you think's gonna happen? How do you think Rick might resolve this issue, or the group, or whatever?
Um, they're
Don't
gonna.
don't tell me what happens in the comic. Just tell me what
Yeah,
you
I'm
think.
not gonna do. I'm not gonna do that. I kind of feel like the way that they're gonna do it is that you're gonna see Rick be a pussy.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna see Rick just kind of go back to like beginning Rick,
Yeah.
only way more timid than he was before. I feel like this is gonna really like grab him by the proverbial scrotum and kind of get that grip going. And I feel like he's gonna listen, and
Okay.
the group's gonna get pissed, and then we're gonna see something happen, or we'll get a Daryl finger or something.
So you think he's gonna basically take the same role he took in the prison initially, where he's just, I'm taking a back seat. I'm gonna be a farmer now.
I no, I feel it's gonna be he's actually going to work for Negan. I feel like he's going to just bend over, take it, let Negan do what he wants, and do that. And then I feel like somebody in the group, which I feel like it would probably be Michonne, because I feel like she's the character that has more of like the attitude, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, that she's gonna be like, "Oh, this isn't cool. This isn't cool." She'll convince Carl. Carl will get pissed, or something will happen to Carl, and then Rick will fucking lose his shit, and everyone's gonna die.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so far off from like a lot of stuff that happens in the comics that I don't really know what they're gonna do, but I feel like the way that they're building Rick's character is that I feel like Rick is just I feel like he's gonna be really passive, but I feel like he's gonna have fucking something going on up here that he's gonna just start going crazy. And I hope that
Huh.
we can really see him just kind of start to lose his mind like slowly and
Some more.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think he's gonna work for Negan for a while. Um, uh, if I like, basically the way I see it, and it's probably a bad idea because it never pans out that way. But as I put my, excuse me, I put myself in Rick's shoes, and what would I do? And I would probably work for Negan for a bit until I kind of figure out his operation a little bit better and see what kind of scale he's dealing with. Because when they attacked that radio station, they thought that was it. They had no idea how big Negan's party was. So he's going to have to figure out the ins and outs of Negan's operation and then come up with some sort of plan to take them all out simultaneously. I'm sure there will be explosions.
Lots of them. We'll get Daryl. We'll shoot a rocket and blow up all those people.
That was pretty awesome. So I think that's how it's gonna go. I mean, there's gonna be probably about 4 or 5 filler episodes of them, testing their boundaries, and Negan's gonna kill somebody, and it's gonna go back to the way it is in episode 1, where they're basically being checked again, and people are gonna be.
It's like a gear check before a raid.
Yeah, basically. So eventually he's going to find out enough about Negan's operation to, throw a monkey wrench in it and take out Negan. And everybody else that is with Negan. So it's going to be something outlandish, something unrealistic, and it's going to piss me off. And I'm going to be mad.
They're going to blow up a radio tower with a bottle rocket.
Pretty much. And I'm going to be mad because, first of all, I really like Negan's character.
I do too. I feel like we'll see Negan. Like, okay, so the Governor was only what, 1 season?
About a season and a half.
Yeah, like I feel like Negan will stick around way longer. I feel like what's gonna, like, I don't know. I feel like we're gonna see some sort of a big battle. Lots of people are gonna die, but I feel like we won't. I feel like Negan won't die. Like I feel like they'll keep him around a while because he's really good. Like,
yeah,
he's not boring. He's got character. He's a fucking dick, but he kind of represents, like, I feel like that right there is what majority of the world would be like if, like, a zombie apocalypse happened or the shit did hit the fan.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we'd have a whole bunch of Negans.
Oh yeah,
a whole bunch of them everywhere.
I've seen a lot of people equate Negan to like Vegeta.
Like, you can't go doing damn in it.
Like he's the Vegeta to Rick's Goku, and it's like, but Goku is always stronger than Vegeta.
Yeah, he's gonna pull out some bullshit Kaioken and.
Yeah, basically. Even though I'm not even gonna go into the whole Dragon Ball Z thing, but even though Vegeta had him beat way in the beginning, but Goku had friendship.
Not how this world works, all right?
Yeah.
No, yeah. I feel like it'll end. I feel like the season will be a lot of them just kind of pussyfooting around and like really not doing anything, just kind of working and going along with Negan. And then I feel like it'll end with like Rick fucking like pushing out some fucking mat with like a map and like little drawings all over it that'll say like Negan's gonna die, and then it'll end with like something like that. Or Rick will turn to the camera and be like, "This is a Rick-tatorship."
I will throw myself off of a mountain. I can't do that, man. Dude, I'd be happy if they went a whole different direction with this and Negan just kills Rick's entire group and it just becomes the Negan show.
I'd be down with that.
Just change the whole name of the show.
Yeah, I'd be down with that.
So let's move on to this next segment.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some Walking Dead trivia. Yay! Now, if you're
be terrible.
Actually, you've answered a bunch of them already, just in conversation. But Got my handy dandy cards, even though the green screen is kind of a. We're gonna do this, okay? And if this interests you and you want to have regular trivias, let me know, because we might start doing this live, and maybe we'll give out prizes.
Prizes.
All right, let's start.
Let's.
This is all for you, Jer, since ain't nobody else here.
We're so lonely.
All right, question number 1. What is the name of the location that housed the cannibals?
I skipped most of that, so I don't really know.
We said it earlier.
I know, but I'm not gonna remember that, dude.
It's Terminus.
Terminus.
The worst. Okay, this is an easy one right here. What is the name of Negan's bat?
Dude, Lucille, man. That vampire bat, though.
Yeah, dude.
That whole fucking thing where he's like, she's a vampire bat. I fucking lost my shit. I'm over there dying, and like everyone else in the room is like, stomach churning, like super sad, and I'm just laughing my ass off.
Dude, he had bits of Glenn hanging off of the barbed wire.
Scalp on the end of it.
So gross. Alright. What is Rick Grimes' weapon of choice?
Revolver.
Kind of revolver.
Fuck, I don't know. What
It's
kind
a-
of goes?
It's a Colt Python, or I would have accepted hatchet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Alright. Why did Merle lose his hand? This was season 1 shit, man.
Dude, I know. I haven't seen it in so long. Oh, he got handcuffed to the roof. Who was it that handcuffed him?
I think it was T-Dog, wasn't it?
It was T-Dog, because that was like the whole conflict or whatever.
Yeah, the racial tension.
And they handcuffed him, and they got up there and found his little hand.
Little hand. Correct. Who sports an eye patch?
Carl.
And the governor.
Just say, and the governor. I mean, who is currently sporting an eye patch that we're aware is still alive? Carl.
Alright, last one. Which leg did Herschel lose?
Was his left?
You said his left?
Hold on. No, it was his right. It was definitely his right.
It was his right leg.
I had to think. I'm like picturing him hobbling through the fucking thing on his crutches, and I'm like, it's his right.
It was his right. If you if you buy
Pretty
the
bad.
Herschel toy from McFarlane Toys, his right leg's missing.
It's good.
I think you got 4 out of 6. Yay!
But did I win?
You ain't win shit. It ain't enough. But in the future, we'll probably have prizes. We'll probably be doing T-shirts, and Jeremiah will draw you pictures and sign them. So, I mean,
they are very good, but I will draw them.
so if you would like to interface with us and win prizes, we'd welcome it.
Yeah, drop us a line. You can contact us. We're on all social media, YouTube.
Yeah, send me
a like.
Send us a tweet.
Email
Me.
Message. Tag us on something. Show us that you care and that you want to be a part of it.
Yes, please. That's the show, folks. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, give us a like, drop us a comment, and drop us a line. Mail at dastardlygentleman.com.
Yeah.
We would love to hear from you.
Heck yes. And we are quick at responding because we have no lives.
Yes. But until next time, see you later.
Bye.